All right.
You heard it. You heard the recording in progress, right?
I did hear
All
the
right.
recording in
All right.
progress. All right, Mulligans and Hackers Golf. I'm Chris,
I'm Alvin.
and we're back with another
MNP Cup,
recap.
week 3, right?
Week 4.
Oh, really? Week 4. Holy fuck. Did I lose a week somewhere?
I feel like this was week 4, wasn't it? 1, 2.
No.
No, maybe it just was week 3. We're coming into week 4.
We're coming into
Sorry.
week 4, and week 4 is
week 4 is Pebble Beach.
Yeah. So we just played Torrey Pines, right?
We played. What did we play? I don't think it was Torrey Pines.
Wasn't Torrey? I thought it was the beach.
Oh, it was Torrey.
God
South.
damn
Sorry.
it, man! Will you
Man,
fucking
my mind is
Jesus
not here.
Christ! It is not that. It's so fucking cold outside that he's fucking losing his fucking mind.
I didn't have much to lose to begin with. So,
Jesus Christ! Like, yeah, it was Torrey Pines.
Yeah, Torrey Pines. This time around, we usually play our rounds together, but because of me being away for the weekend, we ended up playing our rounds separately.
We did. I went down on Saturday morning.
Yeah,
You
and
played-
I played Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
So,
So,
so we both each went down there for an hour and did our thing,
and you know, I went through. There was some positives in playing this round. I got a little bit more driver distance.
Yep.
Which was nice to see. As you know, maybe going to the gym is starting to help out a little bit, right? But I didn't think Torrey Pines, where we played from, was that difficult. But I did make sure to fuck myself over a couple times. I think hole number 3. We'll get into it all, but I think hole number 3 was the first hole that there was OB close left, and when I hit my drive, I snapped it straight out left and had to take a drop. Right, like
give me number 4.
Number 4.
3 is a par 3.
Right, number 4 was it, and I was like, really, like, and my drive is fading. For the entire 3 weeks, my driver's, as you've seen, my driver's fading, just a slight right fade.
Oh yeah, you literally could just like push the arrow to the right and just let her buck in, or to the left.
And it's kind of funny because I checked the stats for the last round, and I'm in first place with fairways hit.
for the whole tournament,
Well, I don't know how the stats work there, but all I know is my name is on the top for fairways hits because again I play, but for that whole number 4, I don't know what happened, but it just came out straight left, and I mean I know I kind of, it's where I put it, but it's kind of funny that the first hole where there's a little bit of OB close left, that's where I put the ball, was like right there. And I mean, I've been fading it the entire time we've been playing this shit. But
I've been playing down the right side typically. Like, I mean, I'll miss one occasionally to the right. I'll push it a little bit, but and I haven't been really I'll yank the odd one, but even in this round, like I was hitting a good driver. Like I was pretty happy with how I was hitting the driver. Some of them didn't get out there as far as I would have liked, like, again, because of the elevation change,
probably.
And a couple I hit a little low, but I mean, I hit a couple out there, 280, 285. I'm very happy with that.
I reached 220, 225 a couple times, which was totally, foreign to me off the tee box.
But as far as the round goes, like, as far as the course goes, I didn't think it was that difficult.
I did manage to, like, again, the putting got me a little bit, but we'll go through it here now. So, for me, hole number 1, I come up and I double it.
You did the old Chris start.
Yeah, I had the Chris start with a double bogey on number 1, and again, it was just, I don't know, it's almost like you have to get used to the sim again. I know when they do the elevation changes and the stemp for the greens and everything, but I think it took me 3 to get on, and I 3-putted number 1. And I wasn't disappointed, because I hit the ball well, but it just, nothing worked for me on that first hole.
I had a perfect drive, a perfect approach shot, and I lipped my fucking birdie putt. And I started with a par. So I was pretty happy with that.
So I parred number 2. It was a fairway green 2-putt out of there. So that was cool. So I was back to bogey golf after number 2. So it wasn't that bad.
I bogeyed 2.
I bogeyed 3.
Me too.
And number 4, I double bogeyed that one because I had to take a drop because I snap hooked the. And again, I didn't even snap hook it. It was just, it came out left,
just enough,
and it didn't cut at all. And my driver has been fading and cutting really nicely the entire time, except for that hole. I got no cut on it at all.
Well, it sucks when you hit the drive, and you're like, that is not my normal shot. Like, what's happening right now?
Right, and I mean, you've seen it, and again, being first in fairways hit is I'm hitting a lot of fairways.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, and I mean, that's it. I play the arrow up the left side of the fairway, and I just hit the drive, and it casually, even if it just fades a little bit or it cuts a lot, I've got the whole fairway to work with, left side to right, and,
Yep.
and I mean, I hit it more often than not.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. You just must have got a little inside.
I don't know, man. I actually
Outside.
I actually videotaped it. I should go back and look at that tee shot on number 4 and see what I did, because I did. I did videotape it, and I videotaped all 4 of my rounds at the sim, or 3 of them, 3 of the 4, 3. We've only played 3, right?
Yeah, we've played 3 that we've had.
Right, and
but you didn't videotape. We didn't videotape our second round.
Oh, okay,
No,
I got 2 of them.
You didn't set the camera up that day.
No, okay, but so I double bogeyed that one. So then I bogeyed number 5. Then I rattled off 3 pars in a row to get me back where I needed to be, and then I bogeyed number 9, which was a par 5. So I get out of the front at a 43.
So going into 4, I was 2 over because I went bogey, bogey, 2, 3, and then the next 6 holes I went 3 under.
Oh wow!
I had par, birdie, par, birdie, birdie.
Nice.
Finished the front at 1 under par.
That's stellar. And again,
I was really playing well, really playing well.
That's pretty good for front 9 at Torrey.
Yeah, no, it was just my tee shots weren't putting me like some of them hit the fairway, some of them were just off into the first cut or whatever. But it really wasn't any trouble. And then my approach shots were just dialed. Like I was hitting everything into a nice spot. I almost sunk I think it was 7. Yeah, 7. I had like a 45-foot putt, and I just skimmed the lip coming in on my birdie, and I'm like, okay. I mean, if I would have nailed that, that would have been freaking amazing. But I'll take the par. Yeah, so yeah, I was 1 under.
And I was 7 over after the front, and again, it didn't seem like I should have been 7 over, but that's where it finished.
Yeah. So then I made the turn. I parred 10. And then I had a 3-hole stretch, 11, 12, and 13, where I went bogey, bogey, which wasn't terrible. I mean, I made a I yanked 1 shot that really just put me in trouble. Like it took me 3 to get on, and then I was too far away, so it took me 2, and then I bogeyed. And then 13, what did I do? Oh, I hit a beautiful drive. It's a par 5. Hit a beautiful drive. I tried to go, or I was within going distance for 2, and I'm like, well, I might as well go for it. So I went for it. I ended up right on the lip in the sand, right beside the fucking green. And I came through and I hit my worst wedge shot I've hit in like forever. Open face. The way it reacted off the sim was it went right into the edge and popped backwards. So then I chipped on. I was long, and then I heavy-handed a putt. Or 2 putts, I think, and I ended up with a triple bogey.
Wow!
So I was like, okay, that sucks.
Yeah, that's kind of a round killer.
Yeah, so I mean, I went from 1 under to all of a sudden now 5 over through there, so which puts me at 4 over through 13 holes, which kind of sucked.
I parred 10, parred 11. I was like, oh, like +7, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, just. If you're not gonna get par, just make bogeys.
Yes.
Well, number 12, I double bogeyed, so I was like, okay, but the same stretch. So I double bogeyed 12, I bogeyed 13, I bogeyed 14, and then I double bogeyed 15.
Oof.
So in those holes,
you went 12 to 15, and I went 11 to 13.
So I went 6 over through those 4 holes, and so number 16 is a par 3.
Yep. That's a long one. 202.
202.
Yeah.
You want to know what I did? 202. So what do you think I hit for 202 on a par 3?
I'm going to say probably 5 wood.
I hit driver.
Oh, did you?
I hit driver. And I put it in the ring for a birdie.
No way.
Yep.
Nice.
Right there.
Nicely done.
With the driver on a par 3.
Nicely done.
I was like, with the way the hole looks, because I think the green was a little elevated, not much, but elevated, and I was like, I'm not going to get a 3-wood up there. I'm just not gonna, right? At 200 yards with the elevation and everything. I hit a driver, and man, the little fade. I put it off to the left of the green when I aimed, and I hit the driver. Got some really good height. It just hit the green, and I wouldn't say it stuck, but just kind of gradually rolled down right inside the ring lights up, and I'm like, oh, easy birdie with the driver on a par three.
That's excellent.
So I was like, that was cool. That I needed that one kind of to get me back, and I
Is
was
that
like,
your only birdie?
that was my only birdie of the round. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I think actually, if you look at the stats, I think you're number 3 on the list on that one for proximity to the hole.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I didn't.
Two guys got it closer than you apparently.
Oh well, that again, they got it in the ring then.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, just finish out, however don't screw it up. So they're number 17. I double bogey. So it totally ruined. And I'm like, God damn it, Alf. And again, it's like just a couple of the shots when you're in the rough, they don't come out. They don't react the way you think they would when they come out of the rough.
No, and for me, there was a couple. Like I was struggling with what I would normally hit a 9 or like an 8, and I'm like, I feel like that's gonna be too much. And then I'm like, so I'd go to the club below and I'd hit it longer. And I'm like, I don't understand. I guess maybe that's to do with the elevation or something. But I just it's the extra distance in my clubs right now that's like those fine shots are really becoming problematic for me. Because it's like, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is stock distance for this club. Like, just hit a normal shot and you're good. Well, I'm getting way more than I think I should be getting out of some of these clubs sometimes. And I'm just like, well, that's not, then it puts me in a terrible spot because I'm not.
It's hard to gauge, right? But this chipping. It's simulator golf. And we knew that it was going to be like this, and we're just kind of battling through it. But, so I double bogey 17, par 18, get out of the back 9 with a 43 for a plus 14, plus 7 on the front, plus 7 on the back, plus 14. My handicap is 13 in this league. So you would think I would be shooting like a plus 1, but I don't know how this scoring works.
So it's funny you say that. So I went, so after 13, so I was plus 5 through the back after 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, I parred. So I'm 4 over for the round and 5 over on the back. 18, I hit a beauty drive. It's par 5. Hit a great second shot. I got about a 45, 50 yard third shot in, and I hit a wedge, and I'm just like, I don't think that was far enough. And I had to go over the water. Oh, never mind. Oh, yeah, nice. Nice. I had to go over the water, and I just didn't hit it hard enough, so I ended up taking a drop on 18. Long story short, I ended up with a triple bogey. So I finished 8 over on the back for a 44. You beat me on the back by 1 stroke.
Oh.
And
wow.
So I had 2 triples, 4 bogeys, and 3 birdies, and the rest were pars in my round, and I finished 7 over. Which, I mean, is okay, but I could have shot better.
So I'm looking at this here now.
The standings?
Yeah, so I'm 41st.
Overall?
Yeah, and you're 40th.
What?
Yeah, like, so this is the...
This is the... Oh, we should just do... Hold on. Should we just this one?
It's right there.
What's happening here?
That's the one I just hit.
Oh, those are stats, but the cup one should give you the standings. There you go.
Right? So we go down the standings.
Whoa.
Hey, fuck. God damn it. Will you stop fucking touching?
Back up further.
Isn't that you right there?
No.
Oh, no? Okay, so that's me.
You're 41st.
I'm 41st.
I'll be like, I think I'm like 27th or something. 28th.
Oh, 28th. Okay, Chris Cass, there you are. With 145 points. So that's in the gross.
Yeah.
In the gross. So in the net, I'm still fucking way down there.
Oh, dude, we're both way down there in the net. Like crazy far down there in the net. I think you're ahead of me, actually, in the net.
I'm 39th.
Yep.
You must be higher.
I'm 31st.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, 31st.
So I have 150 points in the net. And what do you have? 103.
103.
And then in the gross, I have... Where am I? I have 145, and I'm 28th. And you have 72, and you're 41st. So they're scoring it for both. Because you don't have the same score in both.
Right.
But I don't know which one counts for your playoff to get into the playoffs. I don't understand.
But again, I don't understand because I've been, if my handicap is 13 based on the first round, but based on my lowest round or whatever, I've shot plus 13 and plus 14 for the 3 weeks.
So if we
and I'm still not getting anywhere in points.
But it's not, because if you go to your actual handicap index on the course, like I shot a plus 7 for this Torrey Pines, but it said I'm a 3.9 handicap according to the index there.
And where the hell do you find that?
So if we go into, I'll click on yours here. I'll do it on mine. So if we click on yours and we go here, and then we go to details about your tour handicap. Okay, so your score is plus 14. It's a plus 10.8, plus 13.2, plus 12.7, plus 13.4. So your handicap right now is a plus a 10.8 or 11, I guess. So that's where your handicap's at. So
Okay.
and if you look at mine, like this is where it's weird, because if you look at mine, I shot a 7 over. Okay, so you would think that my handicap would be a 7. Oh no, it's a 3.
But you haven't shot anything at
no
plus 3.
because I shot a plus 7, but it tells me my handicap differential is 3.2. So we shot. So that course, apparently, like those numbers are really good. Like your number was good, my number was good. Like that's a good score for that course. And then I see guys shooting like 7, 8 under.
Yeah,
which doesn't make any sense.
I don't get it, but
because mine were 3.2, 10.8, 8.4, and 7.8 on a plus 5, a plus 8, a plus 12, and a plus 7. So I don't know, man. It again, it's not. We can't get caught up in the scoring because we're not going to win.
And I'm not caught up in the scoring because I there were some positives out of that last sim session, like my driving, and I was happy with the session overall. And again, on a simulator playing a place like Torrey Pines, I'm going to be plus 14. And if I could shoot plus 14 in real life at Torrey Pines, start the car, right? For me, I fucking start the car. I'm leaving. I'll take that and go every day, right?
There are 10 guys out of the 53 that we're playing with. Keep this in mind. 10 guys that have a minus handicap. How is that, like, it doesn't even make sense. I mean, I know there's a lot of good golfers in the hat, but 10 guys that have a minus handicap, not a plus handicap, they're on the minus side. Like, that's wild.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It's interesting. So, like, a fifth of the guys we're playing are better than scratch golfers according to the simulator. Can't see it.
Oh well. But so that was our week 3,
Yep.
Torrey Pines. I was happy with it.
Yeah, I mean,
not really concerned about where we're sitting in the league here, but I was happy with it. But you had a chance to sit down.
No, that was week 4.
Was it?
Yeah, it was week 4. Week 3 was SGT West Stadium course. So
oh yeah. Okay.
So week 5 coming up here is Pebble.
And I want to play Pebble. I like Pebble, even though I don't score well at Pebble.
Well, nobody's scoring well. Plus 4 is the best score so far.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to be around plus 20 for this one, I think.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
But what's the par 3 on the front there? The signature hole. Is it number 6, number 7?
Yeah, 7.
Number 7.
I want to say 7.
That's the one where I almost aced it at Inflex.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is number 7.
Number 7.
It's the easiest hole on the course.
Well, again, depending on conditions, but again, I always love playing that hole.
Are we playing what are we playing from? Do we remember? Greens?
You'd have to look it up.
Oh, let me see. I'll see what we're playing from. But it's like 100 yards.
Yeah.
It's like less than 100.
And elevated tee box.
Yep.
Right. And I just love that hole.
Oh, we're playing from greens. Okay.
Playing from greens.
The greens mean that hole is going to be 92 yards.
92 yards.
62-degree wedge. Here I come.
Elevated green.
I'm going to hit it further. I'm probably going to put it in the fucking water, for fuck's sakes. Like, I'm not even kidding you right now.
Putter off the tee.
Jesus. It's going to be like it's going to be just like I don't know, 3/4 swing fucking.
I know, you just literally got to get it in the air and let it do its thing, because after you hit it, you can't control it anyways. The ball's going to go where it's going to go on that
Well,
hole,
and
right?
the altitude's 0 feet. So does that increase or decrease your distance? I would say
Mm,
or decrease, right? I heard it would decrease.
I have no idea.
Higher you go up, the further you would go. I think is
Yeah,
what it says.
actually, yeah, yeah. But I like that elevated tee box on number 7.
So I mean, really, I probably could hit a 62 and just hit it,
Full swing.
and I might be able to get it there. That might be like right on the line for.
I don't know, man.
The hole in one pot would be pretty slick for one of us to win.
I think something, not necessarily your 62, but a different wedge and a 3/4 swing for you would probably be the play. I think
the 58 with a 3/4.
Yeah, and this is your caddy talking, and your caddy is right more often than not when it comes to your swings.
Then you don't have to try and crush it. You just hit a nice
and you just
shot.
put the ball into the screen, put the ball in the air, and let it do its thing. And I think that's the way to go for you. It's probably going to be a full gap wedge for me, and I'm just going to put it up in the air and let it do its thing.
The problem with that hole is there's no backdrop.
Nope,
it's gone if you.
Well, again, you don't want to go long, and
yeah.
If the day I go long is the day I fucking stop playing golf, so because I could, if it's 150 yards and I hit my club that I would hit 150 yards, if I went and hit a driver, I'd still hit it 150 yards.
Man, it's not bad though. Like first hole's par 4 is 346, then a 457 par 5. I mean, everything's under. Oh my god, a 292 yard par 4, 487 yard par 5. There's one tough par. There's back-to-back tough par 4s, 460, 425. Then the rest are all fairly. You have a 555 yard par 5 on the back. 5 and a 507 yard par 5 to end it. So it's only 6,375 yards.
Yeah,
like it's not. I just remember a couple years ago it just being very daunting.
But again, this is the thing. Like, I'm interested to see how I play down the stretch here. Like, I mean, we're halfway through this league right now.
Yeah, pretty well.
2 years ago when we played, I struggled down the stretch because I couldn't get to the par 4s in 2. Right, I just, because of my distance off the tee. I'm interested to see now how I play down the stretch, just personally for myself. Right, I'm interested to see where I play, and I like Torrey Pines. We should try to play Torrey Pines in real life one of these days.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
That's amazing. Again, experience. What a bucket list place.
Well, we get Pebble this time around, and then we get Scottsdale next.
Yeah,
you don't like Scottsdale.
I don't like Scottsdale.
And then we get Riviera Country Club, which is where I'll be staying on my trip to Mexico here shortly.
Yeah,
so in a month, so I can get away from this disgustingly cold weather.
And it's here to stay for another little while too, at least another week.
Yeah. This is our. But I did hear that the groundhog saw his shadow, and it's supposed to be in early spring. So we'll see if that happens or not.
We'll hold him to that.
I friggin' hope so, man. I'm so tired of the cold weather. I just want to golf outside for real.
Me too. I again,
I mean, we got the Alberta golf tour schedule got released.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get Leah on the pod here.
Yes,
shortly in the next week or two, and
discuss that. Set it up for a Wednesday so I can hang out.
Yeah. So I just had Willis last podcast from Bomb Tech on.
Yep.
And I think I may have did Willis a disservice when I had him on the pod, because I only said that you had the wedges in your bag when we first started.
Yeah, no, I had everything. I went full Bomb Tech when I originally I had just a crappy Ram set from like Canadian Tire, and I'm like, if I'm gonna get serious about this, I'm gonna get something. And of course, the black and green of Bomb Tech kind of
your colors,
to me, right? And amateur direct to consumer. The price point was good, so with their bundles and stuff, you couldn't go wrong. So I bought the driver 3-wood combo. I bought the irons. I want to say they were like the first set of irons that came out, first generation irons that came out. And then I bought the wedges, and I also had their putter.
And the bag, right?
No, I didn't have the bag.
No, but you had a green and black bag.
I did have a green and black.
Because it all matched in.
I didn't have a Bomb Tech bag because at the time I don't think they had a bag when I first did it. But like he was talking to you on the podcast, they have like a complete bag setup now that you can just buy, right? So my as I graduated my clubs and got my fitting and went to my Mizunos and my TaylorMade putter and whatever, I I slowly worked the wedges out of my bag. I had a 60 in there until I added my 62 Vokey this year. And basically, my dad needed new clubs because they were really old. So I just populated his bag with my old irons, my driver, my 3 wood, and then my sister bought him some brand new wedges for a birthday one year. They bought him the 72-degree wedge, which I don't know if you and Willis talked about, but they have a 72-degree wedge, which is like, that thing is wild. Like, that thing is wild. You want to hit flop shots without even trying to hit flop shots? That club is wild. And then we also got him the driving irons because they have driving irons. And
Bombtech?
Yeah, Bombtech has driving irons. So we got a couple of driving irons and I think it was 2 years ago. Dad and I were out, and I'm like, I want to hit one of these. I was like, so I just popped a ball down. We were on the course, wherever, and I'm like, I just want to feel what these feel like. And I'm like, not bad, like not bad at all. And because I typically hit my irons pretty good, and I'm like, I actually really like the feel of that. So his driving irons are more because they've gone to the black heads now, or the option of the black head. So he had the black headed driving irons. So his whole bag is bomb tech. He's going to send us a photo.
I was going to say, because I want to send it to Willis and kind of as a peace offering and say, hey, I may not have paid too much attention to Chris's bag first when we started, but because I didn't know your entire bag was. I thought it was just wedges.
There's actually a guy down at Cottonwood, still plays there, that has Mizuno clubs in his bag. Every time I seen him come around, or not Mizuno clubs, but bomb tech clubs in his bag. Every time he come around, I'm like, hey, I have those gloves. I was like, I didn't even know there was anyone else here that had them. And he's like, yeah, they're awesome. The only thing I had, like he was talking about now, how a lot of people will change the shafts. Like I got the extra stiff, and it wasn't stiff enough for me. And at that point, I didn't know because I didn't have a fitting. I assumed I needed a stiffer shaft because I swung harder, but I didn't know all the mechanics and all that stuff behind it. So it was a little floppy for me. But for my dad, it's perfect. He loves it. Like, right. And the grenade looks amazing. The grenade driver and 3-wood.
So
just crispy.
Willis talked about the 9-wood.
Yep.
And he's going to get us one of these 9-woods. I am stoked to try that.
I want to see one of those things, man. Like I heard, what did he say? Like replace the 4 or 5 iron, like 180. Is that what he said?
Yeah. Some people hit it. I think it was 170. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. That'd be like a freaking. If it's gonna replace my 4 or 5 iron, that's like a 230 yard club, 225
for a 9-wood.
Like for a 9-wood.
But a 9-wood that Willis claims can hit and stick.
Oh,
on a dime.
That'd be pretty slick.
Because we've seen 7-woods even in our group. Yes. Clark plays a 7-wood, and a 9-wood would be just something totally out of the left field.
Just like they call it, you have the 7-woods, or you have the Heaven Wood, as Callaway calls them, which is the 7-wood, or different things like that. But you haven't. I don't think I've ever seen a 9-wood before.
But that's the thing. So I play hybrids in that. I can't remember the 26 degrees. I think he said maybe was the loft. I play like hybrids in that degree. So I'm interested to see the difference between like a hybrid club, because I don't hit my hybrids bad. The difference between say a 4 hybrid for me, which is 25, 26 degrees, and a 9-wood, which is the same thing. Like, because obviously it's a wood, so a longer shaft, right?
Yeah. You would think
compared to a hybrid.
Well, I mean, anything like when I got fitted, I could have went iron down like down to 4 or down to 5, I guess. No, 4. No, it would have been 5 because I added a 4 hybrid later. But like when I was talking to Bob, he's like, why not just make it so it's easy to swing? Yeah. And I hit a couple of the hybrids, and I'm like, yeah, get me a 5 hybrid instead of an iron. But there's sometimes where I have a lie, and I'm like, I kind of wish I had an iron.
An iron, yeah, you bet.
You bet. A little better.
I have hit my hybrid out of some pretty deep rough, and yeah, it doesn't come off the club. The ball doesn't come off the club the same way, but I'll hit a club anywhere. So.
Well, usually that's why. I'll use my 6 iron just about anywhere. I mean, when I can get like 210 out of it now, 215, and it's if I'm in trouble and I need a low stinger or something, or a half swing stinger to get it out of there, I just feel really confident because it's almost the face just seems almost dead straight pretty well that you can just manipulate and control it and run it out. So they have their place. I mean, there's lots of times where you're like, well, I need a more of a club, but I can't get through all the rough or whatever I'm behind, right? So I know when I occasionally was at a couple years ago, I had a four hybrid, a Callaway one that I ended up selling. And I used that one, a cotton one, a couple times down on 17 underneath the tree, and just basically putted it out of there onto the green. I got several birdies doing that, just putting it into play, right?
Yep.
So I mean, you manufacture shots, use your imagination. But yeah, no, my bomb tech was up and down my bag, my entire bag, for the whole first year until I went and got fitted before the second year. Like, I mean, I won the tour championship the first year.
You did
with bomb tech.
You grand slammed it in season 1.
Yeah,
with bomb tech in the bag. Yeah, you won the jug, the jacket. We didn't have our jug, or you won the cup, the jacket, because the cup is the season long race, right?
Yeah.
And then you won the jacket for tour championship. We didn't have our jug major at that time, but yeah.
No, it was good, and I mean, I like the feel of them. And when he says they're forgiving, he was not lying. They're absolutely, like he said, if you mishit it still typically goes the way that you're intending it to go. It just maybe won't go as far. But very, very forgiving. That was one of the nicest things about them. A great starting point for somebody coming into golf. And I mean, if you're gonna take the time to trade out the shafts and stuff, the heads are good.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're just gonna put on your, like, now I would put mid-size grips on them, because I think actually that's what I did. I put the dry tack green and black with the so they're a little sticky, and they were good. I put those on there. I think Dad's been using the exact same grips. I don't think he's changed them since, because he doesn't play as much golf. But no, so we'll. I just thought I'd throw that in there because I was listening to the pod the other day, and I'm like, I was like, man, my bag was completely bombed.
Oh, we're gonna have
to
have Willis back on, so that you and him can chop it up about the bomb tech stuff, and he can bounce some stuff on you off of you, and you can bounce some stuff off of him, because it was a really good chat. And check that pod out if you haven't. It was a really good pod. But anyways,
and the TGL one was good.
Well, yeah, that one was good. That one was good.
I watched a little bit of TGL tonight before I came over on replay. Yeah, I don't see what the hype is.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't either. I don't get that shit. I just don't. And some of our local guys here that listen to the podcast were of the same mind. It's like, I wouldn't watch that shit. Right? And again, I just don't get it.
Each to their own, but I mean, that's a good one to listen to too, and you guys can give us your feedback if you haven't already done so, about the golf league, as they call it.
Yeah, we did get a couple of comments on the golf league one, and about why are you even talking about pro golf? I guess Rory said something about YouTube golfers. I don't know what, because again, I don't pay attention to that shit.
I don't know.
And the comment was like, let's not talk about pro golf because Rory dissed fucking YouTube golfers, so fuck that guy. And I was like, okay, well, I don't.
Fair enough.
I don't care.
We were just looking for a pod to fill some time. Really.
Yeah,
that's
right.
What we were looking for.
And again, I watched the shit, so I wanted to talk about the shit, right? And we won't be talking about it much going down the road because I won't be watching fucking anymore.
No, but we will stay tuned for. Coming up, we'll discuss our Pebble Beach round here and recap that.
We'll
make sure we get Lee out.
We've got to get Lee on the pod too.
Really got to talk about the Alberta Golf Tour coming up.
Yeah, because that's
a crown jewel for us.
I think you've when you were talking about the schedule that you wanted to play, it's pretty fucking ambitious. I'm not quite sure if I'm up for all that. If I'm not saying that I won't, because again, if you go, I'm probably gonna fucking go. But yeah, I'm looking forward to just opening major. We're going to be there, and I'll play everything else other than Mickelson National, which I know I'm going to be at. Everything else after the opening major, I'm going to play by ear. I know I'm going to be in Lethbridge for the Lethbridge major. Everything else is going to kind of...
You got to play Speargrass. Like, you probably won't need... Like, the chances of you playing it any other time are pretty slim. I mean, that is... personally one of my favorite courses, just because of the...
Well, I don't want to talk about it now. Let's talk about that when Leah's on the pod.
I know, but that's one you definitely got to play. I know I got a pretty ambitious schedule, but we'll discuss that when we talk to Leah.
So anyways,
Anyways, lads, later.
Take care. Bye.